I say follow the law. It is a law like any other law. We must take this pause seriously. So I'm asking you, to be part of the solution and follow the rules. Because if you don't follow the rules, if we don't follow the rules, people are going to lose their lives. Follow the rules, bend the curve, save lives. And for the young people, they ought to be following the rules too, because people are going to get hurt if they don't. So sports facilities and gyms are closed. Bowling alleys, movie theaters, casinos, closed. Bars, closed. No play dates. Don't go to your friend's house. Just 2 weeks, lock it down. First of all, I don't have the power to do that. Do things virtually, talk on the phone. It's indoors. It's like everything we have to try to avoid. Indoors, no windows, poor ventilation. It's like everything we have to try to avoid. I want to be very clear about this and send a special message to people who are still not following the rules. Next time you think it's fun or funny to have a party, break the rules, shave the rules, I ask you to think about what it would be like if your mom or your wife or your husband or your best friend wound up in a field hospital. What should we be doing in the pause? I want to be very clear about this. I'll try to make it simple. For the next 2 weeks, plan on staying home as much as possible. Stay home for 2 weeks. If you could stay home for 2 weeks, that's the best thing to do. That's the best thing to do. Here's the thing. You have the power to protect your household. We have the power to change the trend and save lives. It's following the rules, wearing our masks, heeding the pause, staying home, and cutting down our mobility. Limit it. Put your mask on, go to the grocery store, go to the doctor, go where you need to go, wear your mask, wash your hands, go home. Have dinner with your family. Keep your social gathering limited to the people you are living with. I want to be very clear about this. If you don't need to go somewhere for work or school or essential items, then don't. Please don't. It's only 2 weeks. It will make a difference if everybody does it. Let's stick to staying at home and honoring the pause. And so the best thing that we can all do is really look ourselves in the mirror and say, do I really need to try to sneak by the rules for the next 2 weeks? Because I think the answer is no. And if you put your plans on hold, you're going to be saving lives. Be good. I can't emphasize enough how important it is, though, that we really hunker down. We all have to keep following the rules. Shop local, if you can, and shop online. Do not have a big bash. No, absolutely not. Be good. I say follow the law. It is a law like any other law. And oh, by the way, if everyone does do that and obeys the pause, it'll only be 2 weeks, and we'll be able to open them. We have to try to, clamp down the next 2 weeks. I don't want to say that staying home for 2 weeks is going to be easy. There'll be nothing easy about it. Make a plan. Make a plan. Figure out how you're going to deal with social isolation or being alone in these 2 weeks. Dial up the economy at the end of the 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks, lock it down. We're extending the pause for 1 more week of the pause. I had hoped to see, after the pause, a more precipitous decline, a quicker decline in the data, and we're just not seeing that. If we continue to stay at home as much as possible, for that week, for next week, I believe it will have the impact that we need. So I would say for the purposes of your planning, you should be planning a small household Christmas. You should not be traveling, and that is what I will say. I'll try to make it simple. For the next 2 weeks, plan on staying home as much as possible. Stay home for 2 weeks. Like, if you could stay home for 2 weeks, that's the best thing to do.